Bharara, and I'm the United States Attorney in the Southern District of New York. 16 months ago, I made a promise to the good people of this city that we would do everything possible to break the cycle of violence, everything possible to make the streets safe for everyone, everything possible to restore the rule of law, everything possible to bring new hope to Newburgh. And so here we are back again in force, as you can see, for the third time in 16 months to make another payment on that promise. Today we unseal a superseding indictment charging 20 members and associates of the Bloods gang in Newburgh, New York, with various crimes of violence and drug distribution offenses. The indictment charges members of the gang with 2 murders, as well as attempted robbery, attempted murder, assault, conspiracy to distribute drugs, and the possession of firearms for years at drug markets in the city. Specifically, we have indicted 20 defendants in 32 counts, 11 of them charged for the first time federally. The indictment alleges that every single one of them was a member, affiliate, or associate of the Newburgh Bloods. The Newburgh Bloods, we allege, openly sold crack on the streets of the city and fiercely protected their drug territory through violence to cause intimidation and fear in other people, including rival gang members and the general public. The indictment marks the second time, I would note, this year, that we have chosen to use a powerful federal tool, RICO, to fight back against the gang violence that plagues Newburgh. As we did in February, in a move against the Latin Kings, we allege that the Newburgh Bloods is a racketeer-influenced and corrupt organization whose purposes included the distribution and sale of crack cocaine and preserving and protecting the power, territory, and profits of their gang through murder, attempted murder, other acts of violence, and threats of violence. 15 defendants are charged with committing and attempting to commit violent acts. Among the acts of violence alleged are the murder of Tyreek Leggett in April 2009 during a vicious group beating and stabbing done in broad daylight and in the middle of the street. The murder in March 2009 of Lamont Young, who was shot to death in a pool hall by a member of the Newburgh Bloods. The attempted murders of 2 individuals who gave offense simply by falsely claiming to be members of the Bloods, an intolerable act, apparently, in the view of that ruthless gang. The attempted murders of rival gang members in Latin Kings and Crips, and robberies of suspected drug dealers. If you take a look at the map to my right, it shows some of what I'm talking about. It is sadly a map of mayhem, where every star on that map marks a spot where a man was brutally beaten, robbed, stabbed, or shot over the last several years. And we are all working towards a time when that map can once again boast more landmarks than violent crime scenes. Our work is not finished, but our work to date, I think, has been significant. In total, in connection with our efforts against the Newburgh Bloods today and on previous occasions, and with respect to the Latin Kings, over the last 16 months, we have charged more than 100 defendants. We have secured already guilty pleas for more than half of them. We have charged every type of gang-related offense, including drug trafficking and crack, powder cocaine, heroin, even marijuana, witness tampering, firearms possession, and racketeering. We have charged 26 defendants with crimes of violence, including 5 murders, 2 attempted murders, and a host of assaults and attempted robberies. And every single one of the gang members and associates we have charged is now facing federal time. We are holding people accountable, we are gutting the gangs that once roamed free, and we are bringing back the rule of law. It may be true that we have a ways to go. We are undertaking such sustained action so that we will see sustained results in the crime rate, in the quality of life, and in respect for the rule of law. The Newburgh Bloods and other violent gangs have held the good citizens of Newburgh hostage for too long, and that is why we once again renew our pledge to this city. As I've said before, the elimination of the Bloods and Latin Kings and other violent gangs will not in and of itself bring about renewal in Newburgh, but the curbing of gang violence and drug activity is an absolute precondition to the sustainable prosperity and sustainable justice that every American city should enjoy. wherever you live in America, you deserve to live in peace and in safety. And let me tell you the reason why we're at that point. And the reason is all the folks you see behind me and the agencies and offices that they represent. They really are the finest and most dedicated federal, state, and local law enforcement personnel you will find anywhere. They include the New York office of the FBI, represented by Diego Rodriguez, Special Agent